Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Thrive Fantasy Picks right here on the Monk Maddox channel. I am your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, and in this episode, guys, I am very excited and pleased and joyful to be announcing that I am partnered up with Thrive Fantasy, the brand new fantasy game for UFC that's out right now. And I am here to break it down and let you know how you can get involved and start winning some big money in these tournaments that a lot of people don't quite know about it yet. So I'm here to help get the word out and make sure you get into these tournaments while there aren't too many pros in there yet taking down the big money every single week. So Thrive Fantasy, guys, if you do not know about it, this is kind of a mix between like a Prize Picks format and a DFS format, almost with a little bit of a gambling prop flavor sprinkled in there. So I won't waste too much of your time. Here's how it breaks down. Each prop is assigned a fantasy value for both the over and under based on how likely it is to hit. You choose 5 out of 10 available fighter props to build your winning lineup, hit the most props, and rack up the most points to win a share of the prize pool. So far, Thrive Fantasy has awarded over $12 million in total. With Thrive, you can eliminate the countless hours of research and focus on only the top-tier fighters that have the biggest impact on the card. And if you use the promo code MONK, M-O-N-K, when you sign up today, you will receive an instant 100% first deposit match up to $100, 2 free contest entries when you deposit at least $10, or 4 free contest entries when you deposit at least $100. Guys, this is a deal you cannot afford to miss. Use promo code MONK and prop up today. So, this week, guys, for UFC 274, the inaugural tournament, there are several tournaments on ThriveFantasy.com. Be sure to check them out under the UFC tab. But this is the big boy. $25 entry fee, $20,000 guaranteed, with the first place prize being $5,000, as you can see on the right here. So there's a summary here. You pick the 5 out of the 10 options. The less probable the prop is to occur, the more points you receive. So guys, let's get into it. If you can take a look on the left side of the screen, you see here the 10 fighters and their 10 props, and we're going to talk about 5 of those today in the next 10-15 minutes or so, and we'll get you out of here super quick with a good idea of how you can play and win Thrive Fantasy for UFC 274. Let's get right into it. The first pick I'm going to give you is Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler. Thrive Fantasy has Tony Ferguson's submission attempts over half or under half. I'm going to say, well, actually, let's kind of get into it here. The stat matchup for Tony Ferguson, he averages 1.12 submission attempts per 15 minutes in his UFC career, 16 sub attempts total. But in his last 5, we are almost 1 whole sub attempt less than that, 0.2 per 15 minutes. I just don't see, I don't think Ferguson is, gosh, I don't know how to say this. I think Chandler wins this fight. Not easily, because Ferguson has, some extreme durability. But over his last 5 fights, I can't remember exactly, but Ferguson has not attempted too many takedowns whatsoever. Like I said, 0.2 per 15 minutes over his last 5. So I am personally going to be leaning the under in this one, guys. 105 points. Give me the more points. The over's only 95. The under is 105, and I'm trying to maximize some point totals this week. So give me the under 0.5 submission attempts for Tony Ferguson against Michael Chandler. I think either he does not have time to get one off because he's gonna, Chandler could maybe drop him and finish it with some ground and pound, not knocking Tony out by any means. But, if the ref stops it, we could get a finish here without even seeing a submission attempt. So that's kind of how I'm leaning on this one, and we will keep it moving to the next pick. Pick number 2, Charles Oliveira going against Justin Gaethje. Another submission attempt prop. Over 2.5 for Charles Oliveira, 100 points. Under 2.5, you get that same 100 points. Guys, I'm kind of thinking that this prop is a bit too high. That said, it's high for a reason. Charles Oliveira averaging 2.79 submission attempts per 15 minutes. That is the highest at lightweight in the lightweight division, obviously by an arm and a leg. And his sub attempts per 15 minutes in the last 5 have only gone, actually it's gone down 0.02 of a point, 2.77 per 15 minutes. All that said, guys, is he really going to need three submission attempts to finish Justin Gaethje here? I'm thinking no. I'm going to under on this one. Give me that 100 points. I like the under 2.5 here. I think either Gaethje finishes this fight early, early kind of knockout, first, second round, or Oliveira, he can throw hands. He kind of liked to throw hands in that Chandler fight, so he's going to be throwing them. If he gets a submission attempt on Justin Gaethje, I just don't think he's going to need more than 1 or 2. So I think this prop is a bit high. I will be choosing the under on Charles Oliveira submission attempts under 2.5. Let's go. Fight number 3, my goodness, Joe Lauzon going against Donald Cerrone. Takedowns landed prop for Joe Lauzon, over 2.5 or under 2.5. This seems extremely high to me. Maybe not extremely high, but Joe Lauzon averaging in his UFC career 2.39 takedowns per 15 minutes. That's takedowns landed. Now, he has not fought for quite a long time, Joe Lauzon. Let's see if I can get that exact number as I click through my spreadsheet here. Yeah, 2.5 years, 930 days since Joe Lauzon fought. Now, he is fighting Donald Cerrone. Cerrone, 89.86% takedown defense, guys. I mean, if you think Joe Lauzon's going to land, 3 takedowns on Cerrone, then more power to you. I mean, I don't know who wins this fight. I think probably Cerrone, if I had to guess, or if you made me choose. But yeah, I just don't think Joe Lauzon is going to need to get 3 takedowns. I don't think this one goes the distance, and I don't think that Lauzon is going to have time to even land 3 takedowns, because if he lands 1, that might be it for the round. So give me the under on 2.5 takedowns landed, 100 points for Joe Lauzon. Fighter number 4 that I'm targeting, Justin Gaethje going against Charles Oliveira. Significant strikes landed for Justin Gaethje, over 80.5 or under 80.5. Let's check out a few of his stats here from the UFC as far as striking goes. Justin Gaethje landing 7.5 strikes per minute, significant strikes per minute at a 60% accuracy. In a 5-round fight, that could easily be over the 80.5. Now, do I think this goes 5 rounds? I really don't. Charles Oliveira only averaging 3.13 strikes landed against per minute, so a significant difference between what Gaethje lands and what Charles Oliveira allows. I think this fight does not go the distance. I'm leaning the under on Justin Gaethje strikes. Either he finishes Oliveira early, first, second round, and won't need 81 strikes to get that done, or Oliveira, if he's able to take this down and control Gaethje at all, that's going to be no strikes from Justin Gaethje on the ground, or very limited while he's trying to, punch Oliveira from his back or something like that. So give me the under on Justin Gaethje strikes, and that point prop, 125 points for the under 80. This is going to be my highest play of the week. I absolutely love it. And you can see a trend here, a few unders going around for this first week of Thrive Fantasy. 5th and final play, prop play of the week for Thrive Fantasy. Mauricio Shogun Rua going against Ovince St. Preux. This one is going to be a knockdown plus takedown prop. Over 3.5 or under 3.5 knockdowns and takedowns. Guys, Shogun Rua has not fought in, if you'll bear with me, 530 days. It's been a year and a half since Shogun fought. He is 40 years, 5 months old. Prue, no young buck on his side either. Just turned 39 about a month ago. What are we averaging as far as Rua? Sorry if you can hear my stepdaughter's dog running around in the background. This is apparently his Zoomy time. Anyways, Mauricio Shogun Rua, 0.85 knockdowns per 15 minutes over his UFC career. Takedowns per 15 minutes, 1.65. So let's see, where's my number? 0.85. So if you add those together, that is exactly 2.5 takedowns and knockdowns per 15 minutes. A whole number less than the prop that we are offered. Mix that with the fact that I don't think this fight lasts very long. I'm hoping Shogun comes out here and gets it done, to be honest. That would help me in DraftKings. But as far as the price, as far as the props go for Thrive Fantasy, I'm going to be taking the under on knockdowns and takedowns for Mauricio Shogun Rua. If he knocks St. Preux down, I mean, is he really going to need another one? He could easily get on top, ground and pound, finish this. Takedowns as well. Like I said, he's not even averaging 1 takedown per 15 minutes. I am going to be taking the under here. And let's just see for fun. St. Prue's takedown defense, 68%. He is allowing 1.6 takedowns per minute. So nothing crazy. Nothing close to the 3.5 number. That number just seems a bit too wide for me. So give me the under for 80 points here. Guys, here's the recap. I want to get you over 500 points as far as a weekly, that's my weekly goal. I'm not going to give you anything that's less than 500 points. What's the point in that? We're trying to win some money here. So the recap for UFC 274 for Thrive Fantasy. We're going under Justin Gaethje, 80.5 significant strikes for 125 points. Under 0.5 submission attempts for Tony Ferguson for 105 points. Under 2.5 sub attempts for Charles Oliveira, 100 points. Under 2.5 takedowns for Joe Lozon, 100 points. And the under on knockdowns and takedowns for 3.5 knockdowns and takedowns for Maurizio Shogun Hua for 80 points. That's going to give us a total of 510. I absolutely love it. Get your picks in, guys. Get over to ThriveFantasy.com. Use code MONK and save yourself. Yeah, you could save yourself some money, get some free tickets, make some deposits here, and start winning money this Saturday, guys. This is the very first event that Thrive Fantasy is putting on. I'm super excited for it. I'm going to be getting my picks in later today. I'm going to be playing a couple of those bigger contests for sure, at least to check it out, because I am pretty excited. It's a different look at how we can kind of play some fantasy sports regarding MMA. So anything new is definitely exciting, and this does look promising. So guys, use the promo code MONK, click the link in the description, and then you don't even have to type those 4 letters, MONK. You can just click that link. It'll take you right to Thrive Fantasy. You put in your information, and you are good to go. So thank you so much for joining me. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm so close to 250, trying to hit that before Saturday's pay-per-view card, so be sure to hit that button. Get on over to Thrive Fantasy today and see how you can go about taking down some of those big prize pools. So thanks again for watching, guys. And as always, I want all of you to enjoy the fight. So enjoy, and we will see you next time. Have a good one.